Camel in Australia by Pranav Ramal. Camel were first introduced in Australia in the 1800s to aid the exploration of the inland region of Australia. They were normally used for travel in the desert and carry heavy things. However, in the 20th century, advancement of technology made the use of camel history in our books or obsolete. The camel handlers freed the camel as there were no use to them, therefore creating the well-adapted creatures to grew in numbers. This was a big issue which concerned social, economical, and environmental factors, while camel location before the camel policy. What is the issue with camel? Camels are well adapted to the Australian environment. They could consume 325 species of plants from 350 species of plants available. In a word, they were well adapted to the environment, especially as there are no natural predators. They can drink and store many liters of water, as well as maybe even clearing up the entire water source dry, which meant not enough water for native species. Also, the competition of food is very high. Camels have damaged national parks and have selectively fed on rare floral species, causing more damage to the environment. Economy. Camel also compete with farmers as they consume grazing areas as well as damaging property such as fences. Some of these damage from camel can rise up to $60,000 per year. This affects the economy of Australia. Camel also damage Aboriginal sacred sites and compete for food and water. This is a social factor. Because of these environment, economical, and social reasons, camel have been targeted with the policy introduced in 2009 as a camel kill policy. The current encounter of this policy in 2009 to 2011. This policy basically meant people could kill camel and get paid by the government. Camels were reduced into a sustainable number in the desert environment. However, is it sustainable or ethical? As camel population rise, shall we keep killing these innocent animals who just seem to do so well in our environment, which we introduced to them? Thousands of camels were killed in this policy. Government used taxpayers' money to aid this policy. Camels' territory has shrunk, however the issues still remain. They will eventually grow up in numbers. And how do we manage it? Do we use taxpayers' money? Well, camel were introduced to Australia because they were useful and can they still be useful to us? India's Agriculture Research Institute researched camel for 27 years. Do we still have the same values as India in terms of researching about our animals and their capabilities? Which found camel milk could lower blood sugar level, as well as help fight diabetes. Also in Egypt, Alexandria University found that camel milk could fight against hepatitis C virus. Camel milk don't contain lactoglobin or biccaspin, which are two main allergens found in cow, making them very safe for consumption. Camel milk is a green, sustainable solution that can be renewable. Camel milk also reduces environmental impacts from making modern medicines, as well as effects caused by them. Camel milk has medicinal properties as well as having rich minerals such as zinc, calcium, magnesium, selenium, and phosphorus. This shows camel milk can be useful in our society. How about the environment? Environment. Camel dung was used to fuel in World War II. Africa, also to treat dysentery problem there as well. However, this biofuel can reduce environmental factors such as reducing the use of fossil fuels such as coal and carbon. Petroleum. We know that camel being helpful in environmental and social factors. What about the economy? Camels are good for dairy industry, tourism, and meat industry. In fact, they are the largest farm animal in Australia. They are also good for their leather and their capacity to carry weights. Camel meat contains less fat than beef, but it also contains more good proteins than beef and goat. Camel meat contains unsaturated fatty acid, which will lower the chance of getting the cancerous tumor. There are also in tourism industry with camel from camel ride and breeding camel shows, etc. There are also sports around the world in Australia with camels such as camel race. Camels are also exported overseas, bringing money to Australia. Camel's milk and meat, the world's next superfood, what do you think? To me, government policy to kill camel was not a wise move. Camels are an important resource in other countries like India and Middle East. So do you think camel is an important resource and government should not kill them with taxpayers' money? When you need them the most, they were there for you. But when they need you the most, are you there for them? I believe that camel are a resource that should not be eliminated by taxpayers' money. Instead, using the money to fund camel dairy farm is a better choice to me, as so that we can capture wild camel and use their many gifts so the desert environment can grow sustainably and ethically. Thank you for listening. Hi, from the research on camel, we have found that camel can be extremely useful and that there is always a happy ending. Thank you for listening to the